Hi guys, my name's Gord the Canadian Gamer, and I'm here with what's going to be the first episode of Planet Coaster, and I'm going to play the challenge mode on hard. I have read on the Steam forum a lot of people having trouble with money and whatnot in the past, so hopefully if people stumble onto my video, they'll be able to learn from it. So we're gonna go into the challenge mode. I'm not gonna do a custom biome. I'm just gonna pick like let's go with the Alpine. So as you can see, the difficulty is gonna be on hard, right? So we'll just call it Alpine YouTube, just so I know what the file is. So here you can see we got a little less starting cash, fewer items researched, guest happiness drops quicker, more frequent breakdowns, faster ride reputation is declined, and guests are harder to attract. The audio for this game is wonderful. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do when you get into your park is pause the simulation. There's no reason to have the simulation run, and I'm just going to go into my settings. When I have the game paused, it plays music. So, I think that would be under the soundtrack volume. So I'm just going to turn that down a little bit for now. Okay. So in the challenge here, which that's the whole queue, it's just build a coaster with 3 excitement. That is something we're not going to be able to get to for a while. There's a lot to do before you can even look at building even a small roller coaster in your park. So as I said, the first thing you do is you pause the simulation and then you take a look at what you have. I've been playing Planet Coaster since Alpha, but I did not have a decent PC, so I couldn't capture anything while I was playing back then. And I had to custom lower. Once we got like sliders to adjust graphics and set daylight and stuff, I had to set everything down to what the default low was, even below that. So when it comes to scenery, I'm not very creative. It's usually just like forestry or something. So the first thing you need to do is you need to put in the couple of rides that you have available right from the start. Now, holding the Z button, or Z button as they say in the US, that allows you to rotate the ride's orientation in any direction you wish. You have 360 degrees to choose from. When the outline goes red, that means you can't build it there. That's all it's telling you. Just using that to kind of line up the orientation. And then I'm gonna want them to fly out over top of the path that's gonna go beside them. So we're gonna place that there. We'll deal with that in a minute. So I wanna start putting, and now this is the path for the people to walk on. So the width for my main street I want as wide as possible, which is 33 feet. Okay, I'm gonna choose the pattern, and here's the different patterns available for the pathway. I kind of like this one. It's kind of nice. And I want the angle snap on, because I like clean lines. So there we go. We're just gonna run that down. Alright. Now, now something I learned quite recently with placing the entrance and the exit for, well, really just the exit for the ride, is you want the exit as close to the operator's booth as possible, so when the breakdown happens, the mechanic has the least amount of walking to do to get to the booth where he does the fix for it. So I've started putting the exit right there, so he comes in the gate and he's right at the booth. And then we're gonna do the exit path first. Now this is when I reduce the width. I want that just to be as small as it can. We're gonna change the bottom underneath the ride there, and then the exit's gonna be the same color. It's just gonna be a quick like that. Okay, and then what we need to do is the queue. I kind of like that one. You can change this with either the queue line path or the regular road path. Either works. I actually kind of like that for the... I'm gonna go with that actually. I kind of like that. Okay. This ride's gonna need a long queue path because there's... Okay. I already burnt my funds. So what we need to do now is we go into the finances here. We can take out a loan. So we want the $10,000 one there. Alright. So now we finish off our ride. Okay. Now, as tempting as it would be to put in the second ride that you have available, you need bathrooms and places for your guests to buy food, or you're going to have a real problem. So the next thing we do is, we go into the custom ones. First, I want to start with bathrooms. That's the most important. They need something to eat. There we go. And they need something to drink. And yeah, the only thing we have is Cosmic Cow milkshakes, so that's what they're gonna get. And that's how we're gonna leave it. We're not gonna theme them out. We're not gonna build them. Nothing. We don't have the finances to worry about that right now. Now we're gonna proceed to the next ride, which is going to be the carousel, which is beautiful but so tiny. Oh, I didn't orient the... Alright, I messed that up. So I'm gonna move that. I want the exit very close to the... There we go. gonna go with the cute orange. We want this as wide as possible. So we're gonna do that. Just like that. Alright, so there we go. Okay, now the next thing that you're going to want to do, which is also very important, is you need benches and garbage cans. Or the guests won't stay in your park, they'll just leave because they have nowhere to sit, and you'll have a problem with like litter everywhere. They released a new spooky theme pack for Planet Coaster. Unfortunately, I have not bought that yet. I do have the Back to the Future and Monsters and stuff that they released before, but I don't have the new spooky stuff that came out. That should be good. That side. Okay. Also, the other thing is, at the beginning, you don't want to worry about security cameras. They cost money to run, and that's money you don't have available right now, and your park is way too small for it to be necessary. So don't burn your money in the beginning with that stuff yet. Oh, there's a challenge that just came up. Look at that. Alright, and then just because you want to prepare for the nighttime, I'm just going to go with the standard lights. Now just a trick, because the lights will like pop up above the ground a little bit when you accidentally place them on like bridges and stuff. So the cute trick is if you come here and just press shift and hold shift for a second, it will now lock that lamppost at that height no matter what you do, so you can go through objects or whatnot. It makes placing stuff at the land height that you want along the paths and stuff much easier. Which is especially good when you're trying to place lamps, like, on pathways like this. Now, as for the queue lines right now, I'm not going to worry about them. They're not really that long, so it's not a huge worry at the time. This is pretty good for what we've got going on right now. Now, the next thing is, before you open the park in challenge mode, sorry, that's the wrong menu. I don't want that one. I have to go to the overview here. Oh. Alright, let's look at what that challenge was that popped up. Cheaper park rating of 200. Alright, so back to what I was saying. This is your entrance area in the thing. In challenge mode, you can set up your park hours of operation. Okay. So what I want to do is I want the most amount of hours possible for my park to be open. Alright, so my park opens at 1 a.m. and then goes until 12 a.m. I think I want it that way, right? Let's not be too unrealistic. So let's open at we'll do 10 a.m. We'll do 11 p.m. There we go. That's a little more realistic. Alright. At the beginning, we don't want a ticket fee for the guests to come into the park. There's not enough here to attract them. What you do want, though, is your rides to have their prices. Nobody, I think, is going to complain about the default price of these two rides, so you don't really need to worry about that. Just take out the numbers of their names and then turn them on as well. Alright, so those are open. When it comes to the food, though, the food, you have to sometimes mess with the price or throw in a little bit of extra stuff. I'm gonna use the pricing. So we're gonna throw in some ice cream in all of the milkshakes is what we're gonna do, and that's why they pay such a high price for them. I think that'll be okay with the guests. And then with the burger stand, right? Well, I want ketchup, I want mustard, I want cheese. Available for all of them. Right? I'm not gonna spend money on the gherkin pickles and lettuce and stuff like that. That makes the price go way up. And then I'm gonna make this $10, not 12, right? And I'm gonna make this $6, not 8. And I think we'll be okay with that. And then the next thing you want to do before you open the park is research. You want to get some research. Wow, a lot of stuff. Here's the thing. As much as it's tempting to start researching a roller coaster right now, you don't have the money for a long time before you can think about a roller coaster. So what you need to do is think of the thrill rides or the family rides. I'm going to take a family ride, and I'm going to put in a thrill ride as well. Suspend your disbelief or twist and spin. Let's try that one. Okay. With the thrill ride, I'm going to pump that up to, we'll say 1,000. Okay, and then with the gentle ride, we're going to bump that up to 700. It's going to drain my money fast, but hopefully with those two rides, when we're able to, we'll be able to break even. We still haven't taken out all the loans. We're allowed to take out one more insane loan. Okay, so we've done that. Let's make sure the park itself is actually open. Oh, I guess I can't do that from that menu. I have to go into this menu. Yes, the park itself is on. Okay, now we can start up the simulation. So we can toggle that pause off. Now, you have to keep it in mind, but you don't need to hire them right away, that you need a mechanic, and you're going to need a generator, and a mechanic, a janitor, and you're going to need a security guard at some point. But at this point in time, you haven't generated any garbage, so you don't need anybody to clean up things yet. None of the rides have broken down yet, so you don't need anybody to check on them yet. And you don't have anybody in the park yet. So as you can see, the guests are starting to come, which is nice. We've got some families here, and that's cute. Mom and the two kids, by the looks of it. So as you can see, they're gonna start flooding in. So there we go. So, the nice thing with Wild Blue is I always like to place it close to a path, so these fly over top of the guests. So. Oh man, the merry-go-round. Just so you know, this is just on the medium graphic set. I don't have a beast of a computer like it is. It's very powerful, but it hasn't got a super powerful video card in it. Um, but this is just on like the game's medium default setting, and like it's so it's so nice. And the audio and stuff in this game is amazing. So you can already see, like, I got people sitting down on the benches, people going right through the stairs. Now the park's gonna get noisy as the rides start up. So there we go. So we're doing pretty good. I have to admit, the sounds for the ride are quite amazing. With that motor noise and stuff. So, okay, so see, my guests here are saying that they think it's a good deal, my price for the carousel. Right? So that's good. So at, I think it was $350 or $450? $350, they think that's a good deal. So maybe we'll bump that to $375. Just charge them 25 cents more since they think it's a good deal. The food and drink stalls seem to be getting used. They've got lineups, so that's a good thing. So almost, well, we're gonna end up with what looks like probably 200, around 200 guests, 180 to 200 guests. That's not a bad draw for these two. And the longer your days are, in theory, the more money you should be able to make each month. If you go with the default park hours, your park's only open like 8 hours or something a day, which isn't, like, even my local park, it's 12 hours. It's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., so. So why don't we, become this guest here? Let's see if I can get a guest. Come here. Alright, we'll wait until the next cycle. I'll get a guest and then anyway, so Joey, we'll look through the eyes of Joey. So this is the guest camera. So we'll go to the first person, and this is what Joey's looking at. So he's like, wow, what is this tonight? That's a pretty impressive ride. So that's what we're going to be riding, and it looks like we're going to be riding for the nighttime. I really do have to figure out how to use the streaming portion of Open Broadcaster so I can stream when I'm playing instead of recording and then posting it after. Although this does give me the option to edit it. Carousel over there looks so nice all lit up like that. I love that they have the operators. The only thing that I don't like is that they're not an actual like employee you have to take care of. Like we should have to train the ride operators and stuff too. Alright. Alright, so they're all getting off, and then we get to get on and go for a ride. Alright. Come on, open the gate. Open the gate. Come on, let us go. Alright. Alright, not a terrible sleep. Now this ride gets better when you have like trees and stuff for the arm to fly over. Got quite the lineup. Oh, jeez. So my understanding is in real life that you would have these two little levers on, like one on each side of you, and you get to control if you spin or go upside down. So that would be cool. Oh, jeez. Whoa. This is a cool ride. I really do like it. Oh man. Alright. So that's Wild Blue. Great ride. Alright, so like the detail, the screws and the nuts and thanks, dude. That was fun. Alright, so that's what that's like. So let's go check on our finances now that we've oh look, it's morning time. Now that we've killed. So this is all the stuff you need to satisfy with guests. Now we've provided for everything in here. It's up to him to like go eat and drink and go to the bathroom and stuff. But he doesn't have to go far, so that'll be fine. So like I was saying, let's go take a look at how our finances are going. Actually, not horrible. Not horrible. Now this is the thing. You're gonna go into debt, right? But once you have no available cash, you can't like do research or things like that. What we are going to do now, though, is we are going to hire a janitor. Just need one of him. And we are going to hire a mechanic. Now, the security guard, until I start getting complaints about crime, I'm not going to worry. And we have yet to get a complaint about a pickpocket, so... Where are you on here? What's up with you? How do I have higher security than Fort Knox? We don't have any security. That was interesting. Don't quite know what that's about. That must be some weird thing. Yeah, so we're averaging, like right now we're at the 174. We're not doing horrible in terms of the amounts of guests that are in the car. Nothing more than to be able to do that. Okay, so we're still going to be able to charge more money. So we're going to charge $10 flat for Wild Blue. That's what we're going to charge for that. And since they think this is so good, we'll charge $4. These are good problems to have, where the guests think everything's a good deal, so you can just keep notching things up in price a little bit. Alright, so that's good. That's good. I don't know. Anyway. Alright, so, okay, so just for time, I'm gonna throw the simulation now into super fast forward, because we don't need to stand here forever, waiting for the simulation to go at regular speed. So what we're gonna wait for, while our money's slowly dwindling away, unfortunately, in here is we're waiting for our rides, and then we'll pause the simulation again. And see what it's going to take to put in another ride. I do like the entrance to this challenge park. That's kind of cool. So, just like SimCity or, you know, other simulation games, at the beginning things can be really slow and tedious. Oh, Insanity, good ride. Alright, so I've got Insanity. We're gonna wait for the second ride, the other gentle ride, to come in, and then we'll pause the simulation and look at what we can put in next. I want to put in Insanity next, because with Wild Blue here, it'll be a good draw. Okay, now we've gotten theft, so wrong tab. We're gonna put in a security guard. There we go, and our research is done. Whirly Rig, that's a good ride for the kids. And pause the simulation, and we'll take it back down to regular speed for now. Well, we didn't lose $3,000, almost $3,000, not terrible. At this point in the game, that's not terrible at all. Okay, so the two rides that we now just have been added with. So that one's 760, and That one's 2,600. Okay, unfortunately, insane. Well, we need both of them, really. So what we're gonna start with is we're gonna start with the roilers. And then what's gonna happen is entrance will be there. Excellent. Oh, okay. So when that occurs, because we're near the edge of the path, we need to make our walkway longer. Go. So now I can go back to placing. Thank you. Now I can go back to placing the exit. Now, if I hold the Z, is it Z or is it X? No, it's Z. Okay. Oh. Okay. So in the past, I need to take the angle snap off. These are a couple of the little things that just come from experience playing with the game. Oh, I still can't get it to do anything with that path. Alright, so we're going to put the exit right there. If you hold the Z key, I'm sure that's the right key, it will sometimes make a different connection to the path. Sometimes making a nice clean connection. So we want, for the exit, we want the smallest path. No, see, the Z makes that slight little difference, but I don't want that difference, so I like that. Okay, so, and then we're gonna change these back to the path I had chosen for it. Okay, now, bench I want to move. That should be enough space, I think. There we go. After that, I want to copy. I didn't give it enough space. Okay, so just gonna move these over a little more. So we'll move them back in a second. I want my garbage can in the right spot first. There we go. I can move the benches back. The right spot. Oop. Sometimes there's some weird things that happen like that. Not exactly sure why. Okay, that's fine for now. Oh no, we're gonna have to move these as well. Yeah, this path area is a little strange. What path did I did choose the orange. So for the kids' rides, we're going to use the orange cube. Okay, put the angle snaps on. Now, again, at the beginning, you have to think, of your park more as like a traveling park that would be set up in like a parking lot somewhere and charge tickets for riding, not a theme park. You can always move stuff around later when you have like crazy amounts of money to do things. Oh, really? Is it not gonna let? Oh, maybe garbage cans in the way. I hope it's gonna let me in there. I might have to shrink the path. Alright, let's just see. Alright, let's see. Just go to 12 to let me know. Nope. Let's see. 10 will do it. Really? It just does not wanna. I wonder why. I wonder if it has something to do with the lamppost too. Alright, we're gonna do that. I could be wrong. Gonna take that piece out. Okay, yeah, it had something to do with that. So let's see if I can get that with okay, 12 won't work, but I think 10 will. Seriously, okay. Wow. Alright. But the wonderful thing is, I can probably just, yeah, go right back out. So it's just a narrow entrance there. Alright. A little awkward, but like I said, I can move it later. Alright. Yeah, we don't have enough for... Might as well finish this up. So that's Whirly Rig. We're gonna turn it on, and it's... Alright, we're gonna go with probably $5, but let me see what's it... Alright, so with Whirly Rig, we're gonna charge the same price. We're gonna charge $4. Okay, now here's the thing. We have a choice. We can take out the second loan, which is... So you have one more loan that you can take out, which is only $5 grand, but the interest rate on that is 30%, which is so high. And we're already paying an interest, like 20% interest on the 10 grand that we're borrowing. But what that will do is allow us to put in that ride. I'm gonna, because we might as well do, because we're gonna go into debt anyways. We're already, yeah, in a month. We're gonna lose that. So we might as well take out the money now and just put the ride in. Well, we can, and then we're gonna end up going into debt. Alright. There we go. Entrance. Exit right behind. Well, we're gonna connect the path. We're gonna kind of theme the paths and stuff. This one I want angle snap on. And I want the path to be as wide as possible. Alright. Instead of trying to tackle this backwards, let's try and tackle this forwards. There we go. It's a little awkward, but it'll fit a few more people in the lineup for that. So, insanity. Charge $10 for that. We'll see how that goes, because that's what we're charging for Wild Blue. Do that. And then what we're gonna do, because we have oh wait, we need to put in a few more benches and whatnot. So, start with those. That side's already taken care of, basically. We just need some lights. So again, just come over here, hold shift for a sec, and then let go, and then we're all set. Alright, so that's taken care of there. Now, with our last bit of money, now that that's all good to go, is we're going to put in some more research. That sounds like teacups. That could be Psychora values. I think we already have access to a steel coaster, right? The American Arrow is already available. Yeah, so we don't need to research yet. Roller coaster in the future, right? Take the teacups, because I'm pretty sure that's good. Let's go with rolling lines. Not sure what that is. We're not gonna up the Thing is, when we run out of cash, these will stop. The research stops, I believe. So anyway, now that we've done that, let you see the confetti go off when at the entrances to the 2 new rides when I unpause the game. Confetti showers, new rides open. Oh, a new challenge just came up. Oh, we won one. So there's our 200. So that's good because that gives us $1,000. So that's very helpful. So we should start to see a wave of more people come from back here shortly.
Hey-o. Una?
Looking very good. Looking very positive. As you can see, here's the wave of the guest. Excuse me. Wave of new guests coming. So this is starting to shape up. I mean, you come in, you can see this giant thing over here and that thing back there, and you can merry-go-round and stuff. So my park right now is very friendly to all types because you've got thrill rides for adults and teenagers, and you've got family rides for kids and families, you know, young kids and whatnot. So we've got 2 of each. So these are. So I bet you I have a pretty good park balance right now. 4. Again, I have no idea what those numbers are actually telling me. What I can do is I can look at what my guest feedback is. So family groups is almost half of what's in the park. So that's pretty good. Teen groups, not bad. So we're appealing massively to the families, but even the teens and the adults are here. I wish there were more rides. This place sucks. That's going down. That will hopefully get a little bit better. The queue stuff, I'm not worried about. That'll be fixed and stuff. So our negative complaints, the few negative complaints that I have are stuff that aren't serious. There's nothing you can do about queue waiting times. That's good. Alright. So under the staff, let's see how everybody's doing. Okay. So you can see some of the happiness of these people dropping. We are not going to train them because they don't need to be. They don't need to be better. What we are going to do, we're just going to give them a bump in salary. Give them a small bump in their salary, and then that should take care of they should stay content the rest of the time. At least that's what I have found. So 439 guests, so we've really bumped up our guest count. That's great. It's our feedback here. Alright, feedback for Wild Blue, or Whirly-Rig I should say. Okay, so in terms of what we're trying to accomplish in the beginning right now, we're doing very well. Uh, we're charging more than the default price, and the guests are loving it. Alright. I really just wish this game had weapons. Let that thing go. Let that thing. Such a good ride. Okay, so let's take a look at the financials. We're near the end of May. Wow, we might actually start making money soon, before we actually run out of money. Which is very good. The nighttime lighting of these rides is so well done. Like, I imagine with a super high-end video card and this running on like ultra high or whatever, this looks even better. But like I'm just running this at 1080p. I'm not like pushing it at 4K, but wow. So they still are thinking everything's good value. I'm not gonna mess with their prices right now. I think we're already charging enough. I mean, I'm liking this. Everything, well, Insanity takes a lot of people. As compared to Wild Blue does not take nearly as many. But almost 500 guests, 491 guests. We're doing good. I haven't seen any complaints about crime since we hired the one security guard, so that's a plus. So again, we're just gonna pump up the simulation time because it's just kind of a waiting game right now. Now it's so that's gonna empty this queue line. So our mechanic's gonna come in here and oh, he's already there and fixed it. Alright, so that's gonna change things around in terms of all those guests in line are gonna go get something to eat and drink. A lot of them are going to Insanity. Alright, here's summary. How much did we end up losing? Still $2,000, a little bit less. But we had massive construction costs and stuff. So we might actually make money this coming month. Which would be wonderful. So I'm still getting used to rides having music on them because I had to turn all that stuff off when I was playing on my laptop before I bought this tower. And when you put it in fast forward, that it speeds up the music. I find that humorous. Wow, this lineup's just jammed. Now, I'm not going to make that lineup longer because I don't want the queue time to be any longer than it already is, which is going to probably end up 15 minutes. It's 14 now. Watching our guests chill out and enjoy themselves. Alright. Well, we didn't make money, but we certainly lost a lot less. Like just under 1,000 less than the month before, so that's not bad at all. If we weren't doing research... Oh, now research is done. Oh. I was right, that was the cola. And the teacups. Okay, here's the thing. We're not going to do any more research right now because we should be breaking even or so without the cost of research, which is a great thing. So again, you have to be a little bit patient with it. The major thing is we want to get rid of these loans because they're what's bleeding our finances right now. Alright, so if we do start making money with just this setup, we're not going to build more rides. We're going to try and sink a little bit more money into the loans to get rid of them. Because with these two loans, because I've been playing Planet Coaster for a long time, I have a coaster blueprint for the American Aero, one of my own. Over here, it's called Dragonfire. I just gotta find it. So it takes basically 11 grand to build once you have to queue pass and everything, right? So if you pay off those two loans, that's enough that I can put that roller coaster in the park, and then you start making a lot of money. But these 4 rides, by the looks of it, it's gonna be close. They might be able to, like we lost not even $200 that month. And the costs were... See, that loan interest is killing us. So we're losing a little bit, but not much. So if we can keep this up for another couple months, one of the loans, the one loan will be gone, and then we'll be in really good shape. So we don't really, and we're already set up for 2 more flat rides and a roller coaster to go into the park. We just need the money for them. The research has already been put in. So in a couple months, we'll be able to start looking at putting in one of those flat rides, and then once the other loan's paid off, uh, putting in a roller coaster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up as episode one. I'm not quite sure how long I've been recording, but I'm going to wrap this up at episode one. And I hope you guys tune in for episode two. My name's Gord the Canadian Gamer, and thanks for watching.